Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglow, and today Season 1 is upon us for Waven. It's the Lance Dur season. We have a very nice, interesting looking home screen as soon as you log into the game. So a nice change of pace there. And then we get hit with this, the Battle Pass. We have the new Battle Pass as well. We'll be talking about that here in a minute. Today's video has a lot of changes or a lot of additions that I want to talk to y'all about. And so the first place that I'm going to go start off at is Cabrock Island. So if you start taking a look at the Battle Pass in the bottom left hand corner, click it, here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so you can see that I've already done all of this little bit right here. Now, these Albura chests are the new chests. These include new spells, new companions, and new equipments. And if you're just now coming back from taking a little break from the game, you're like, yo, that's so many runes that I could buy. Actually, there are no runes that you can get from Cabrock anymore. You can only buy chests. You can get the runes from killing the final boss in the dungeons, or you can get the brooches and they'll just give you runes. It'll just be random runes. Okay, so now that we know that we can get these Albura chests for 5,000 and we get 2,500 on our battle pass, you're like, yo, that's, you know, one chest for just doing these two on this week. So the question is how are we going to be able to get more? Oops, not that button. Alright, so I have a new armband. This is one of the armbands that I was lucky to get from the Albura chest. Now, the reason why we're coming here is because of this. We want the ability, or we want to buy this and then equip this armband. Okay, so we've got a 10% increased chance to finding the Albura chest. Okay, now I also have, oops, no, I don't want to do that. I've got the companion. I know it's got fire in it. I have a new companion as well. I don't know if he has it. Alright, so the companions do not have it. So we're gonna be looking for any of the new Alburan, anything of the new Albura, and we want to just take the percent chest. Alright, so we're gonna take these percent chests and we're gonna go out and just play the game as normal, and then we're gonna get chances to get these chests. So, you know, we'll be wanting to play with these newer equipments, right? So that we can get the runes invested into finding the percent chance, get the percent chance, farm some more, and then just, you see how that loop starts. Then we get more equipments, then we equip more, we get the more chests, we get more chests, we get more equipments, more spells, more companions. And so that's our little quote-unquote gameplay loop that we're going to be going for as far as how to get the Albura spells, companions, and equipments, okay? Now, the next thing that I want to take a look at is if you're looking at the Battle Pass, let's say that you do decide to buy the Battle Pass. You're like, yo, what are these tickets? Well, if you see here, it says you can take it to the competitive island. And we'll go to the competitive island real quick. And basically, you can use it as an attempt. The competitive island is right here. It's at the south side. Now, one thing that I do want to note is when you spawn in, your boat is right here. So if you're on a map, you can see your character, but it'll also show you your boat. You can also look at the map with this little compass thing right here. Okay, so don't get lost. You know, you'll see people looking around like, yo, where's my boat? Where's my boat? Alright, so we'll walk up to this and you'll see this little portal thing right here. And now you see I have one ticket available to me right now. And whew, there are people juicing this thing up, man. This is crazy. They're doing really good. Wow, 65-20. That's crazy. So basically, you'll go in here, and I would assume that the idea behind it is you would just want to fight the Cire Momore dude as many times and just beat him down as many times as you can. However, you're not going to be using your own character. It's a preset character with all the Albura spells and all that goodness, and then you'll have the Albura companions as well. And is basically, you got to go in there and kill as many of the spawn mobs as possible. Kill the big dude as many times as possible with it before you die, and then it's going to calculate all the things that you do and give you a score. Like you see this dude up here with 65-20. That's crazy. Now every day you do want to do this at least once every day, because it will give you an extra ticket every single day. One thing that I did see on the Waven Twitter account is something to the effect of, if you don't use your tickets, it'll just be reimbursed to you as walkthrough fragments later on. So, you know, if you're like, oh man, I don't really like this idea, or I don't want to do this for whatever reason, or I don't have time or whatever, they'll accumulate and you'll at least get some walkthrough fragments for it. So, you know, if you do take a break, or you just decide, you know, hey, I got something happening, I can't do it, you'll get something for basically doing nothing. And I will be doing my attempts, whether they be on stream or maybe I'll try my first one on a video here in a little bit, just to see what it's like, because I haven't necessarily played it myself, but I watched a couple French streamers as soon as the patch, as soon as maintenance was done. I did watch a couple French streamers doing their thing on it, so it was pretty interesting to see. Now, the next thing that I want to go over is the Battle Pass. How do we get the rewards on our Battle Pass? So before, we used to need to do 2 fights, and then it would give us 1 node on our Battle Pass. That is not the case anymore. If you go into the logbook, which is at the bottom left-hand corner, right next to the Battle Pass logbook, you'll see season goals. Now, every week, we're going to have, I would assume, different things that they want us to do. But on week 1, we want to go to Chafer Diamond. On week 1, we want to go to Chafer Island, and we can win some fights here. We can do the dungeon, we can defeat some Chafers, and then we can also kill 3 bosses in the Chafer dungeon. Now, I don't know if the side quests in the dungeon are considered bosses. I would assume they are, but me and my friends went through and we just ran through over and over and over just to like go up to the next stage in Chafer dungeon. Just so that's how we got our 3 bosses done. Now, to start a fight against Cire Momore and earn 1,000 points in the Cire Momore fight, this is right here. It's on this competitive island. So when you fight this dude and you use your ticket, that is what it's talking about. The 1,000 points is the score right here on the right hand side. Let's go to the season goals. And then generate 10 gauges in a single fight. Now, if you didn't know this, the gauges are basically off of any spell for the most part. This is where it's kind of a little tricky. If you see under where it says Frozen Shuriken and then it has a 2 and it's got that little teardrop and it's a blue color, that means I get 2 water gauges, I get 2 earth gauges, 2 air gauges, and 2 fire gauges. Now, you will have some spells that have this, and you would think like, oh, that must be 1 water gauge, but it's actually not, just because of the shape of it. But this kind of spell gives you a reserve action point, and then you'll have spells like this where it might give a reserve action point and then also in this case an air gauge. So basically it's saying in one fight generate 10 air gauge, or not 10 air gauge, 10 gauges of any element. And then you'll also have ether gauges, which basically fill in the gauges. So for instance, on this guy, he wants 3 water gauges. Well, I could use this spell, which would give me 2 water gauges, and this spell, which would give me an ether gauge, which is like a neutral. It's like a fill in the blank. So it's like, oh, I just need 3. I got 2 water. Boom, I got the ether gauge. I now have 3. I can summon him. That's basically all that's saying. So as far as the season goals, quite honestly, I feel like it's relatively the same pace. I mean, going through one dungeon, we killed 25 Chafers. We also cleared this at the same time, right? It maybe if we took the side quest, we could have completed this all at the same time. And then just winning 5 fights on Chafer Island, you can just do the level 2 quest, kill it 5 times, and then boom, you're done for the week. Now, is this faster or slower than the old Battle Pass? I'm not 100% sure. Do I like this a little bit more? Yes, because it kind of feels like, oh, there's like a more focused objective or a more focused reason. Kind of feels like, hey, at least they're giving me like a reason to go to this island I might hardly ever go to, right? So I kind of like it in that sense. And, you know, one of the things that I could understand is it worth it compared to the stuff that we used to get, right? Now you might say like, oh, these tickets suck. You know, okay, well, would you rather have these tickets or would you rather have like the 300 gold that they were giving us? Like, and you paid to unlock that 300 gold. Like, is that really worth it? I'm gonna say, you know, I'm cool with the changes. I'm okay with them. Now, some of these effects I haven't gotten to see. I will say the pig spawn in where the pig farts and then you spawn it. I think that's like the best spawn in that I've seen so far. I really like it, but I'm very excited to see what they have for the rest of this for our season 1 in Waven on the point or on the 0.13 patch. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I hope that y'all found it helpful to getting Albira chest, where the competitive island is, the Cire Momore fight, and all the new battle pass shenanigans that's new to the game. If y'all like the video, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that goodness, and I'll be having more Waven content to come out in the future. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.